Fourth grade was probably the best year of my life. I spent my time playing games that now I look back and wonder, just how crazy were you? But that's besides the point. At the end of the year, our teacher introduced us to this idea that was new and foreign to me, random acts of kindness. Now, why would anyone want to help out others for fun without looking for a reward? It was weird. But soon I found myself immersed into this idea that maybe helping can be fun, and so this became the start of a forever journey. In 6th grade, a couple of friends and I got together and we decided to cook a meal for the homeless shelter. We made casseroles, cornbread, fried veggies, and so much more. It was fun to make and we had a blast doing it together. Unfortunately, the shelter only allowed so many people to deliver food at once, and so I didn't get to go. But from what I heard, the men were extremely pleased to have homemade food and to have the company of new people with them. The reports made me feel good about helping them. And maybe that's how Benjamin Franklin felt when he gave 2 of his loaves of bread to a woman and her child who were less fortunate than him. At church, I also began helping out more. Once a month, I go to the preschool class, and the kids are always excited to see me, and they're full of energy. Despite its exhausting role, it has been so much fun to watch the kids grow up. As I began my freshman year of high school, the pastor of my church started up an after-school math tutoring club at a local apartment complex called Villa Garcia. The space we had was crammed, but it became quite popular. At one point, we had about 7 helpers and so many more kids than helpers. We eventually decided to split into 2 sessions to be able to help kids meet their own level of homework. So we had the K through 6 in high school and junior high. I found out that by helping these kids catch up with the rest of their classmates at school, not only was I helping the kids, but I was also building a relationship with the kids. Like the Islanders and the handsomest drowned man, I found that I was benefiting from helping others without realizing it. Being able to have them trust me when they have problems going at home or at school, or maybe simply gossiping about boys, became very valuable time to me. I remember sometimes my mom wouldn't let me go, and I would just sit at home sulking because I couldn't meet up with them. They really became my friends. In addition to this, I also began helping out in the kindergarten classroom at Lincoln in my freshman year. Since Monte Vista is right next to my elementary school, at the end of the week, I would go over to help out during my free 7th. Fridays were fun Fridays, and I would help the kids make their art projects. I was eventually promoted to teaching them how to make art crafts rather than showing them how to cut paper. I had a great time there, and I figured that I wanted to help in the classroom in my next year of high school. But my sophomore year was not as much fun. I had all 7 periods of classes and I no longer had the time to help out in the classroom because my schedule was so packed. I even had to pull out of Villa Garcia for some time to be able to balance all my schoolwork and extra classes. It really wasn't a pleasant time for me. Fortunately, in my junior year, I only had 5 classes. Having a free 4th in the middle of the day has allowed me to go to Lincoln and help the teacher when she has her morning and afternoon class together. Being able to talk to both classes has been very interesting, but has also gotten me into weird situations. One day I was at Trader Joe's and I saw a kid named Justin. I said hi to him thinking that he'd be okay with it, but he totally freaked out and ran out on me. His poor mom. I found that being able to help out is very rewarding, but it makes me wonder what I was doing with my life before actively helping. If no one cared about anyone, then everyone would be thinking that they are the most important and what matters most would lose its meaning and its place in life. So what would we do without compassion and help? Then I think that the world would end up so chaotic that we would probably all be selfish, crazy, dead, or all 3 of the above. Luckily, there's help. Justin finally came out to me, and he was probably half of sugar or something, because he was jumping on so much, and he kept on repeating, "I saw you at Trader Joe's!" This is like 3 months later, but that's just the thought that counts, right? I guess my presence did pay off. Strangely enough, I also found out that one of the kindergartners was my neighbor, and I ended up calling him by the wrong name. It's very awkward.